Hey, this is Sasha, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Stocks, episode number 137. And today what I'd like to do is share with you what you should do with your first $1,000, or how you can invest your first $1,000 and what do you invest it in. Well, a lot of people just getting started in the marketplace or looking to invest stocks, they usually start out with some sort of account value. It might be $1,000, might be $2,000. It could even be $5,000 or even much more, just depending on your account value. But if you're starting with $1,000, I would say that's kind of a point where people are thinking, well, what do I do with my money? What do I do with the funds that I have in my bank account? Should I use it for something else? Should I invest in stocks? Should I start a business? What do I do with that money? And that question comes to me quite often. And my best piece of advice is to always invest in yourself first. So if you have $1,000, right? So if we're looking at $1,000 and you're looking to, let's say, trade or invest stocks, and that's kind of your end goal. You want to make money, make a living, do a retirement, all from trading stocks, and that's kind of like your end point over here. Okay, so if you're looking to get there at some point, you're going to have these different peaks and levels and roadblocks and places where you have to go ahead and pull out of the road in order to refuel your gas tank, right? So these are like little pit stops right there. And if your end destination is to trade stocks, build your retirement, if that's kind of your end goal, you have all these different little things you need to do before you get there. Okay, so what do I usually tell people when they first start out with $1,000? Well, the first thing I would say is invest in yourself. So if you invest in yourself or your education, that would be the first thing. So during this stage, you might want to go out and get some books, investing books, understand how the market works, how investing works. But this is investing in yourself. That's probably the biggest investment that you can make with your $1,000. Is even if you spend, $200, $500 on books, courses. Some people, I would say even $800, $1,000 maybe. That first $1,000 might be just on educational material in order for you to continue moving forward down the path, because that initial investment builds your table. It builds your table just like when you have here's your floor and your ground, and here you have kind of a round table. It builds the legs of your table. It builds one leg of that table. Now you need other legs in order to keep that table standing upright, such as more money in your investment account. You'll need also knowledge and education within how to do the trading, the risk management side, and those kinds of things. But the education part is the first thing that happens. Okay, the next thing that you kind of need to do, again, just as a guideline, is you need to start being integrated within the investment community. Start getting involved in creating habits and rituals that allow you to continue to focus on those things. So basically looking at, let's say, rituals to integrate you in the investment community. Okay, and the reason I say that is it's not just about looking at social media. It's not just about getting integrated on Twitter and talking to investors with tweets. It's really about studying the best of the best, seeing the best of the best, and getting involved with people that are like-minded, like you, but also people who are different, who have different strategies, different variations, different risk management styles, so they could push you in one way or the other. So when you have these rituals set up, that basically forces you to take this knowledge and education and continue to expand on it, right? It opens your mind and awareness to it. So if you just had the education, you do get perspective. But now as you integrate within the community, it not only creates habits to where, okay, you're moving forward to investing, whether that's, setting up your trading account and those kinds of things, but it gets you involved to thinking differently, to looking at different investments you could do, not only in stock trading, but it could be in business and other ways to continue to evolve and build wealth. Okay, so that would be the next thing. So first, invest in your education. then go in and build rituals and habits and start integrating in the investment community. The next thing I would say is probably start gaining experience. Okay, so you gain experience in trading or investing. Again, whether that's business, stocks, you gain experience. And how do you do that? Well, you trade all sorts of things, all kinds of things, without exploding your account, okay, without collapsing, because what happens is a lot of people, they take their life savings, let's say it's $500,000. They take their life savings, and now just because they read 1 or 2 books, they go ahead and invest all of it, and that kind of explodes their account or blows it up, and they have no money after 90 days. So what you want to do is trade all kinds of products or investment products, to where if you want, you could trade Forex, you trade stocks, you trade options, you get integrated into all sorts of areas. And what this allows you to do is kind of see a whole different perspective on what's working for you. Where do you find the edge? It also creates variations. So one of the things that I see is that people say, hey, well, I'm a penny stock day trader. And that's what they want to be. And they see that because the hype that's been shown to them is, hey, I'm a penny stock day trader. The problem is you're forcing yourself to trade smaller stocks and only on a day trade basis. What if the market conditions change? And what if you need to change more into swing trading? Or what if your account size grows and you grow out of the penny stock world? What if you're trading a $5 million account? Trading some of these penny stocks, all of a sudden you'll move those stocks way too quickly. So that's why you start trading all these different vehicles, from Forex to stocks to options, and you trade $10 stocks, you trade $50 stocks, $100 stocks. You trade all kinds of different things to gain that experience. Now, I'm not saying you trade your full account. You might trade just 1 or 2 shares, or 1% or 0.5% of your account. You just trade a little bit to gain that experience. Now, yes, you have to pay brokerage fees and commissions and those kinds of things, but that's the cost of gaining that experience, right? So you can either pay for that experience and lose your full account, or lose your full account right here if it's just $1,000. Or you could go ahead and say, okay, well, every time I'm paying commissions and fees, and maybe I make, let's say, $20 on a trade, but I lose $14 on a commission. So maybe every time I'm losing $6, that's a negative, negative, negative. So to gain that experience, to do 4 or 5 trades may cost you $36, right? 6 trades or so if you're losing the same amount every time. So all those things add up, but you gain the experience, right? And then from there, you start building your system, trading things out, figuring things out, and creating a strategy. But as far as the beginning part, when you have $1,000, what most people try to do is they try to bypass all of this and go ahead and start trading stocks immediately. They try to go from, that $1,000, instead of going in a path. What they do is they bypass this whole thing. Instead of going to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and 5 and 6 and 7, they go from step 1 to step 10. They go all the way across from $1,000, and they start trading stocks. They try going right away into penny stocks. They try going right away into Forex, and they do their whole account. And that's not necessarily the best approach. If you have $1,000 and you don't have any education, you don't have any investments in books, you'll probably want to build one leg of your table, right? You'll want to build one leg of that table, get the education. Next part is you'll probably want to get integrated, right? You want to get involved, right? Whether that's paper trading, involved in the community, making some trades to where it doesn't affect you. And you start seeing how the business works, right? So that could be step 2 or a second leg. Step 3, you start trading. You do the physical trading, okay? And you start trading all kinds of things, right? You do 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things, 4 things. You do a list of different things, so that way you continue moving forward. Now, whether you take, $500 for education and then $500 for practice, that's up to you. But your goal is to really get to the stage of trading stocks and retire and do this for the rest of your life. For many people, Their goal is to take $1,000 and transform it into millions. And that's not necessarily the way trading or investing works. Instead, it's not about getting rich fast. It's about getting rich slowly. So the professional trader, what he wants to do is he's trying to preserve his account and grow that account, right? So first thing though is capital preservation. The regular retail guy who's losing money all the time, they want to take that $1,000, bypass all these steps, and get into trading and investing in the next hot stock, whether that's AMD, Nvidia, Google, Netflix, Apple, it doesn't matter what it is. But they take that $1,000, they have a stock in mind, and that's what they want to do. So what I don't want you to personally do is get caught in this rut to going from that $1,000 and jumping in right away into trading stocks. Take the step-by-step approach. Invest in your education, get the education down right, get it integrated in the community, whether that's in your trading panel, finding other traders you can at least collaborate with to where maybe your views are completely different, and that's a good thing, right? And then you continue moving forward, and now you need to gain experience, and you don't just trade one thing, right? Not just stocks, not just options, or if you want to focus on stocks, that's fine, but it's not just the penny stocks. It's not just day trading. Trade all kinds of things in different ways and build on those things. So that way, as market conditions change, you can make adjustments. Because that to me, if you're a penny stock day trader, that to me tells me you can only trade one way. And if things go against you, if the market changes, well, what are you going to do then? So in the end, remember, focus on investing in yourself first. Once you invest in yourself, then you can go ahead and start moving forward and taking that money and, actually trading. And you don't want to limit yourself just to, one type of thing. You want to experiment with a lot of different types of trading so that way you can see what works for you. And after that, then you can hone in and focus and concentrate on one specific area. So that kind of is the right approach to taking that $1,000, investing that $1,000, and moving forward in the stock market. But for many people, they take $1,000, they put it in the stock, and they hope, wish, and pray that those things go up. But that's not necessarily the best approach. So invest in your education, learn what works for you, trade all sorts of different things, figure out the advantages, disadvantages, and what you can relate to. What's the match for you, right? It's kind of like finding a husband, a wife, a partner there. What's your match? Figure that out, and then go ahead and trade consistently, week after week, month after month, year after year for the lifetime. So anyways, those are some insights. If you want to get some more information about a good list of books or recommended reading, then you can do so on my website at TRADERSFLY.com. And if you want to see some other videos or subscribe to my channel, you can click the buttons over here. But if you want to join me on a live class or a live webinar, then click the button over here. When you get there, enter your name and email address, and I'll send you the newsletters as they are released along with the schedule of webinars. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.